come off the injury list at any time now. The Pirates obviously don't have to activate him at any point, but I was hopeful for JT Riddle coming into the season that he would be what Phillip Evans has proven to be. And honestly, when you think about what Phillip Evans can be and what he is, I mean, this guy is going to be the next Chris Taylor, next Kiki Hernandez, next Brock Holt. He is going to be one of the more valuable players on the team's roster over the next couple seasons. And my big thing is that I do believe that the Pirates can make the playoffs this year, given the fact that 30-30 makes the playoffs in 2020. When we're talking about a full season, I don't think 2021 is a year. I think 2022 is the year when the Pirates can compete. And Phillip Evans, the way he's going right now, and I know he's only, 7 games into his Pirates career, but you have to figure he's going to be a pivotal part of this team moving forward, and it's a name that everyone should get used to. He's starting tonight at third base, and he has really been just a spark plug in that lineup. In the game against the Brewers on Wednesday night, when Brandon Woodruff just shut down the Pirates, he was the only base runner, had the only hit and walk. He really was a spark plug in the Pirates' lone win against the Cardinals back on Sunday with a couple doubles in the game, 3 hits, and he's really just provided exactly what the Pirates need. And I'm happy that Derek Shelton has him in the lineup tonight. And the reason being is that Cole Tucker will not be starting in right field. They have Gregory Polanco out there, and they're moving Miranda DH and having Evans at third base. And that ultimately might be one of the Pirates' best lineups that they can have, with the infield being Evans, Newman, Frazier, Bell. John Ryan Murphy is catching tonight. Stallings has been just fantastic, probably the best catcher in baseball to start the season. And then the outfield tonight is Reynolds, Dyson, Polanco. And it's sort of what we expected around the diamond. Now, a little bit surprising, and that Jose Osuna really hasn't played much over the course of the last couple games. It appeared as if he got off to a pretty good start. He hit a home run on Sunday, and one of the Pirates' 2 wins of the season against the Cardinals. And it appeared Jose Osuna was just, picking up where he left off in 2019, where he was hitting home runs and being a solid bench bat for the Pirates. And I honestly thought he was going to be the starting first baseman this season, with Josh Bell getting the majority of his at-bats at the DH spot. Now, Bell has DH'd a fair amount, and so has Moran, and so has Polanco. But really, it's surprising that Bell has been getting a lot of starts at the first base spot, and it might be good in 2020 for him to get that, because while they're looking to potentially get into the playoffs, 2020 is also a year for evaluation, to see what the team had, to see what we have moving forward into 2021, and then ultimately 2022, when I believe the window starts to open for the Pirates to contend for the playoffs and get their first World Series, win it since 1979. That window will likely open in 2022. And when you start to look at the pieces that the Pirates are going to have moving into 2022, and you look around and you see, okay, because there's always going to be the starting 9, but guys get days off, and we've seen Derek Shelton, he likes to employ giving guys days off. I mean, Jacob Stallings really hasn't, he's definitely not been out there every day. If I can pull up the catching stats real quick on the season so far, Jacob Stallings has caught 44 innings, which is the majority of the 62, but John Ryan Murphy has started in 2 games catching 18. And when it comes to guys trying to steal off of Stallings, he's caught all 3. He has given up a pass ball, but he's also picked off a guy last night. So Jacob Stallings has been fantastic. Base stealers against the Pirates right now are 1 for 4. John Ryan Murphy gave up the only one, but as we continue to move forward into, we're over 10% into the season. Like, the fact that this is really a 2-month season now to go, and to look at where the Pirates stand standings-wise, that they are 2-5, and it's weird to think about standings watching and looking at that only 7 games into the season. But the reality is that the Pirates are merely a game and a half back to that second place spot, and there's going to be the top 2 teams in each division are going to make the playoffs. The Brewers do not play tonight, so the best case scenario is that the Pirates win, the Reds will lose, dropping to 2-6. Pirates move to 3-6. The Cardinals and Brewers are postponed again tonight due to coronavirus. So you have the Pirates move to 3-5, only a half game back of the Cardinals, and that would move them into a game back of the Brewers. They are expected to play a doubleheader tomorrow if the test results come back in a good way for the St. Louis Cardinals. The Pittsburgh Pirates are officially 1 week into their altered 2020 season. So far, only one player is yet to be moved from his position. The Pittsburgh Pirates had quite the roller coaster of an opening week. They have put together 2 losing series so far and have a record of 2-5. Meanwhile, their bullpen completely imploded and blew a 4-run lead. They have placed 2 relievers on the injury list and have no real source of offense so far. Even the team's core players like Brian Reynolds, Kevin Newman, and Josh Bell have gotten off to slow starts. With so many players not coming out of the gates hot, Derek Shelton has tried to get other players involved. He has had a steady diet of bench players making appearances, especially infielders. So far, Colin Moran, Jose Osuna, Newman, Phillip Evans, Bell, and Eric Gonzalez have all split time between shortstop, third base, and first base. This list does not include Cole Tucker, who is likely the team's best glove at shortstop. Instead, Tucker has had to help fill in the outfield. When Gregory Polanco did not start the year with the team, Shelton took the opportunity to get Tucker at bats by getting him outfield reps. Still, it was odd to see the team put Tucker in the outfield when he really has no outfield experience and is very gifted in the infield. Many thought the team would move Adam Frazier to the outfield and put Kevin Newman at second base. This whole conversation actually started in the offseason when Adam Frazier's name was coming up in trade rumors. Could that be why Adam Frazier is still getting the starts at second base and in turn allowing Newman and Gonzalez to get the reps at shortstop? The team would most certainly be better served with Tucker's glove at shortstop than in the outfield. Furthermore, Frazier has had playing experience playing the outfield at PNC, which should give him a defensive advantage over Tucker. What it comes down to is that the Pittsburgh Pirates are likely showcasing Adam Frazier at second base. Frazier, who has been a successful utility man in his career, will be more valuable if he is viewed as an everyday second baseman. Last year, he made great strides with the glove and has been around an average hitter for most of his career. Out of all of the players who have been subbed in and out of the lineup, Adam Frazier is one of the few that has yet to sit. Furthermore, he is the only infielder that has not been asked to move off his position. Keep in mind, Frazier is off to a 3-for-24 start, so it's not exactly like he is hot and his bat needs to be in the lineup. Additionally, Shelton has sat and mixed up the other players who have gotten off to slow starts, so why not Frazier? There are plenty of teams that could use second base help. In baseball, it is one of the thinnest position groups across the league. Adam Frazier has turned into a very capable defender, and he has a left-handed bat that can be plugged into a lineup anywhere. With the Pittsburgh Pirates clearly lacking talent, and Adam Frazier likely not being in the team's future window, Frazier very well could be a piece moved this season. Just as a note, the Oakland Athletics showed the most interest in Frazier this offseason. So could this whole idea of Adam Frazier really not being off to a hot start, if we look at his numbers so far in the season, they're not impressive. There's no reason to have him out there. The guys that have played in all 7 games so far this season are Adam Frazier, Brian Reynolds, Colin Moran, and Josh Bell. And when you look at Adam Frazier's stats, he's right now 4-for-27. He's got 3 singles, that home run from the fun game on Tuesday night against the Brewers. Got both of his RBIs there. He has 2 runs scored. He's been hit by a pitch, walked twice, 5 strikeouts. I mean, only batting 148, a 233 on base, 259 slugging. And it's not like there is some absolute need for Frazier to be in this lineup on a daily basis. And that, again, leads credence to my opinion that he's being showcased as an everyday second baseman, which is where he gets most of his value from. And I would not be surprised if Ben Carrington swings to trade for him to the Oakland Athletics at some point this month before the August 31st trade deadline. What that would allow the Pirates to do is to move Newman to second base, have Cole Tucker at shortstop, and Bell, and maybe a platoon now with Moran and Evans at third base. Still, at some point in the season, I know Moran is off to a very hot start. I would like to see Ke'Bryan Hayes take over at third base. What that might allow to happen is maybe Moran to start at first, Bell DH, or Moran DH, Bell at first base, whatever they want to do. I mean, Moran's bat's clearly not coming out of the lineup at this point. He is tied for the league lead in home runs with 4. He's had a fantastic start to the season. but I still need to see more than 7 games to be convinced that he is the long-term guy at third base and not Ke'Bryan Hayes. And I would still like to see Hayes be given an opportunity at some point this season. So, with that, let's take a look at what the Pirates got coming up this week. And, again, I still think they're in a good position. I know a 2-5 start, when you hear that, you obviously don't think good position. But the one thing that I want to hark back onto is in this last week, in these last 7 games, the Pirates have had a 177 batting average. Now, no matter what team you are, even if you're like the Detroit Tigers, who are off to a pretty good start, but no matter what team or how bad your offense is, you're going to eventually move that average above 177. And as long as the Pirates can score 4 to 5 runs a game, the pitching staff ERA is 4.50. And that was the biggest question mark coming into the season. And at least through a week, they have proven that they have a capable pitching staff. And the bullpen is a big question mark. I'm not going to say that. But the starters in the rotation have proven themselves capable of giving good enough starts for this offense to start to come through. But the team cannot win only scoring 3 runs a game. That's just not going to work moving forward. They need to get into that 4 to 5 to 6 range, and if they can do that, they will be a playoff team in 2020. Let's take a look at who they got coming up tonight. Mitch Keller versus Tyler Chatwood should be a good one tonight. On Sunday, Stephen Brault tomorrow versus John Lester. That Chad Cole is likely to come in after Brault again, just like they did on Monday night, my bad. Monday, the Pirates head to Minneapolis to take on the Twins. Derek Shelton reunion there. Derek Holland is expected to go on Monday. Joe Musgrove on Tuesday. Trevor Williams Wednesday. Mitch Keller Thursday. So we've got 4 in Minnesota. Then we finally a little bit of ease off in the schedule with the Tigers on Friday. So we have got some good baseball to look forward to, and they play the Tigers in that weekend set. So they've got 2 with the Cubs, 4 with the Twins, and 2 with the Tigers coming up. So, and honestly, these next 6 games are going to be beyond critical for the Pirates moving forward. Okay, in these next 6 games, what we would like to see, right now sitting 2-5, best case scenario, they go 6-0 and they're 8-5, okay? If they go 5-1, you have 7-6. Okay, but 4-2. 4-2 is what you have to shoot for. In that scenario, they are back to 6-6, and they are going to come home to play the Tigers for 3. They could very well be at 6-7 would be in that scenario. They could very well be at 9-7 by the time they're done with the Cardinals series. And again, it's all about in that 500 range. But right now, they are 3 games under. So if you think about it this week, the best case scenario over these next 6 games is finding a way to be 5-1, finding a way to be 4-2. They cannot have a losing record over these next 6 games, because if they do, they're going to quickly find themselves out of position. They are. They need to start chipping into that deficit, and it starts by winning these next 2 games. And let's say they split the series with the Twins, okay? That puts them at 4-2 for the week. That is what they need to do moving forward. Win these next 2 games, split the 2 with the Twins, and definitely they have to win or sweep that Tiger series. And if they do all of that, they're going to be right back in position. And with the whole situation with the Cardinals and the Brewers and what's going to happen, who knows? The Pirates are in good position as they keep playing these regular games. The offense is going to come. Hold faith. Also, just as a note, we're cheering on our Penguins tonight. I will be watching the Pirates game, but good luck to the Penguins as they begin their Stanley Cup qualifiers. Best of 5 against the Montreal Canadiens. I will be keeping my tabs on them. And another good news, the AT&T Sportsnet will be debuting Pittsburgh 2 on Monday night. Pirates will be playing on Pittsburgh 2, while the Penguins will be playing on AT&T Sportsnet. So you never have to have the conflict between your Pirates and Penguins ever again. That's going to do it for our show tonight. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. It's been another fun episode of Bucco-Booth, the best Pirates podcast out there. For more up-to-date Pirates information, you can give me a follow on Instagram at Bucks Dugout. If you're listening to this live, I apologize for the little bit of a later start tonight. I was busy this afternoon, but we'll be back here Saturday at noon for another hour breaking down Pirates baseball. And you know what the good news is? And we're still early into the season. And my goal, by the time we get back in this podcast with you on Saturday, is to be a 500 team. But that means a playoff team. Okay, get back to 500 this week. Let's do damage against the Cubs, Twins, and Tigers, and we will see you all here on Saturday. Enjoy the games this week. As always, let's go Bucks. We'll throw let's go Pens in there too, and I'll see you Saturday. Have a great week, everybody.